Pray always without becoming weary. Today's Gospel calls us to walk in the footsteps of the widow who seeks justice, yet is rebuked and turned away so many times by a judge who is indifferent to her cause. Standing firm in her courage, her inner strength seems to grow ever more as she persistently returns until her call for justice is granted. We all have much to learn from the widow. Though her cause may have seemed impossible, she safeguarded her heart from sinking into despair. As we hear this parable of the persistent widow, Jesus challenges us at every moment in our lives to protect our hearts from becoming weary. It's quite easy in today's world to grow weary as we hear of the many injustices that plague our world: hunger, poverty, violence. Within our own journeys, we all face our own personal challenges and struggles. It is why the call of Jesus becomes ever more relevant. Turn to prayer. In the liturgy, we hear the words, "Lift up your hearts." As we all respond, we lift them up to the Lord. Here lies the essence of prayer. For prayer is the lifting of our hearts, of our whole being to God, our Creator, in whose image we are made. Prayer calls us all into a deeper and more intimate relationship with this all-loving and merciful God. Pray always. Jesus tells us to pray, and in our prayer to be persistent, to be patient, but most importantly, to trust God with all of our hearts and being. Will He find faith on earth? It is the question that Jesus asks us all today. At times when our hearts become heavy and filled with weariness, will you, like the widow, be persistent in your prayer? As in the first reading, we are all on a journey. We are all co-workers of truth, and we all give witness of the gospel through the love that we reflect. We are all a people of hope, carrying the message of the gospel firmly within our hearts. Guard your heart from weariness is the challenge that Jesus gives us. May our lives be filled with prayer. May our prayer be an act of continuously lifting up our hearts, and may we be strengthened in our prayer so that our hearts may fully trust in God's dream for us all.